bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
And good morning, Las Vegas. Hey, we've got a little early start there, had a little technical snafu, but that gives us a little more time, and we need it. Holy cow. Are you ready for 8 glorious days of pro wrestling like you would not believe? My goodness. It is going to be something special here over the Sunday to next Sunday as we have AEW All In, TNA Emergence, WWE Bash in Berlin, and NXT No Mercy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't know when I'm going to see people have a life, but this is going to be one exciting 8-day period, actually starting right now. That's right. AEW All In, the pre-show 0 hour is on the air live from Wembley. So they are just getting things rolling over there in London, and we'll keep an eye on what's going on over there as the 0 hour pre-show is on. And right now, Jeff Jarrett is speaking to the crowd. He had a fun night on AEW Collision yesterday as the Welsh fans were chanting and singing his name. Oh, Jeff Jarrett, unbelievable. What a career resurgence for him. That is amazing. But Jeff Jarrett, of course, one of many superstars that is going to be getting the job done over there in Wembley Stadium today. So if you want to get on there, of course, your favorite outlets, I've got on Bleacher Report, but you can go wherever you want, Triller.tv and so many others. But this to me is a cannot miss. What an amazing card this is going to be. We're going to break it all down for you and everything else going on. And what a fantastic show we've got lined up too, as we're going to hear from one of Vegas's favorites. And this guy was a champion 3 times in FSW here in Las Vegas. Of course, MLW world champion. And after a long battle, managed to finally get on with TNA. And we are very excited to hear from Hammerstone. That's right. We got Hammerstone on the show. He is going to be part of a 6-man Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship at TNA Emergence on Friday night. So we're going to get to hear from the big man. Pretty intriguing interview. I had a lot of fun with Hammerstone. So looking forward to talking to him. And then in hour number 2, we're going to hear from Rick Ucchino, our good friend from Cincinnati, who just got on with Sports Illustrated. And I'm so happy for Rick. And we're going to talk to him about that. And man, I mean, we've only got one segment with Rick, and I don't know how we're going to jam everything with him, but it'll be a fun time to talk to Rick Ucchino about what's happening in the world of pro wrestling and today and Bash in Berlin and NXT Joe Hendry. I mean, wow. What a wild week this is going to be. So if you lost track of everything going on, here's where we are for first today. AEW All In. Main event coming up today, of course, is Swerve Strickland taking on Bryan Danielson. Title versus career for the AEW World Championship. These two have done an unreal job hyping this matchup. I mean, wow. And there is a chance that neither of them walks out of the Wembley Stadium with the AEW World title. Seriously. What are you talking about, Mark? How is that possible? Well, they threw together the little old casino gauntlet match. The casino gauntlet match is where you start off with 2 people, and in time increments, you add another person and add another person. The first person to get a pinfall wins the match. That means it could happen right off the bat. The first 2 guys in, someone gets a fall, they win. And everybody else is like, oh, well, that was fun. But Orange Cassidy is going to be leading that off. But in that match, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Evil Uno, Roderick Strong, Dustin Rhodes, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Hangman Adam Page. And of course, the Hangman has been heavily involved with Swerve Strickland over the last year or so. He has been dying to get his hands on that AEW World Championship again. And Tony Schiavone made it very clear this week that it is similar to the WWE Money in the Bank. You can cash it in at any time. Now, it would seem to make sense that no matter which guy wins, and right now you would think it would be Bryan Danielson, after those guys beat the hell out of each other for the next 30 to 45 minutes or so, that the Hangman is going to come running out there and steal the show. They may hold it off until AEW All Out in a couple of weeks. Maybe. But I've got about a 40 to 45% chance that Hangman Adam Page walks out of Wembley as the AEW World Champion. Also on the card, Toni Storm and Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship. This one has been brewing forever. Terrific build up with this. Mariah May is promising an R-rated show if she wins. So that may get some of the Wembley fans on her side. That'll be entertaining. Mercedes Moné takes on Dr. Britt Baker DMD for the AEW TBS Championship. Of course, Camille will be in Mercedes' corner on that one. MJF defends the AEW American/International Championship against Will Ospreay. That should be another dynamite one. Of course, MJF just won the championship from Will in that 59-minute and 58-second match a little bit ago. Jack Perry in a coffin match against Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. And by the way, Jack Perry actually melted down that TNT title and made that new one himself. Pretty impressive. Young Bucks take on Matt and Nick Jackson take on FTR and the Acclaimed in a three-way tag match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Chris Jericho with Big Bill and Brian Keith take on Hook. It is Hook's last shot to get back Daddy's FTW title. The Patriarchy is going to be defending their the Trios Championship, in a four-way match, ladder match. They're calling it the London ladder match, for the AEW World Trios Championship. If you are not ready for chaos, kids, holy God. Because all those guys are going to be in the ring at the same time. All of them. In a ladder match. Oh, keep your fingers crossed. And then here on the pre-show, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Katsuyori Shibata, and the Von Erichs, Marshall and Ross, take on the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Cage of Agony, Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, in a 10-man tag team match. So those boys will be getting their bonuses for being on the All-In card. And Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway take on Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. In a mixed tag match, the winning team gets to choose the stipulation between Nightingale and Statlander for Nightingale CMLL title at All Out. That is your card. Jesse Hyde. Thank you, Jesse, because you got me in the chat box there. Do you think that the AEW surprise debuts like Ricochet, MVP, Bobby Lashley, the backstage drama where Britt Baker and MJF will be overshadowed by the AEW debut of Shane McMahon, and there will be drama? Well, Ricochet has apparently signed a contract. I have a feeling we may see him at the end of the MJF Will Ospreay match. The other guys, who knows? Who knows? But there will be surprises tonight. But if Shane McMahon walks out, that place is going to erupt. It's going to erupt. So get ready for what should be an absolutely wild AEW All-In card today. I cannot recommend this enough. These guys are going to pull out all the stops today. And if you have not watched AEW or maybe, been staying away from pro wrestling for a while, you're going to absolutely love this card. I'm telling you, the rivalries, the stories should be fantastic. So brace yourselves, everybody. It's going to be worth the $49.99. No doubt. So check it out. Your favorite pay-per-view outlet and get on board for AEW All In. Oh man, it is going to be it's going to be a heck of an afternoon. And of course, that starts at 10 o'clock. The pre-show is on right now, so we're kind of keeping an eye on things as that rolls on. Betting odds are up, by the way, on betonline.ag. And I really felt like this is going to be a fairly unpredictable card today. BetOnline.ag does not. And I'm telling you, I think there's some money to be made. So you may want to go take advantage of that matching bonus that we've got on betonline.ag. That's right. If you go to markhokeshow.com right now, you can bet on wrestling plus everything else. Just go on there, click on the banner, and you use that code BOL1000. You can bet on wrestling, and it's a matching bonus, 50% matching bonus up to $1,000. So that means if you put in 1,000, you get $500 extra. What a deal. I'm giving you $500. So just go to markhokeshow.com, click on the banners. There's all sorts of links to get to it, and you can go place your bets right now and take a look. We'll probably hit those betting odds a little bit more later on. But yeah, I'm a little surprised. Young Bucks are minus 700. Hangman Page, that one doesn't surprise me at minus 500. Hook is a minus 5,000 to win. Will Ospreay's a minus 4,000. This is what shocked me. Mercedes Moné is a minus 5,000 to beat Britt Baker. So you get a plus 1,000 on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Jack Perry is a minus 1,000 to beat Darby Allin. Darby's plus 550. So there's a lot of interesting betting odds on there. Probably the tightest one, Bryan Danielson's a minus 500, Swerve's a plus 3. So plenty of opportunities, everyone. Check it out. So take a look. All right. So we're going to step back and take a break. And when we come back, we are going to hear from a Vegas wrestling legend and a guy who's tearing apart TNA. Very happy to have had a chance to sit down with Hammerstone on the show. And we'll hear from him when we return here on the Mark Hoke Show, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
Looking for high-quality custom screen printing in Las Vegas? Look no further than Off-Grid Creations. Need a few custom t-shirts for a local event, band merchandise, or family reunion? We've got you covered. Large order of uniforms for your staff, sports team, or club? We can handle that too. Our experienced team will work closely with you throughout the entire process from design consultation to final product. Call us at 661-300-1115. That's 661-300-1115. Or visit our website at off-gridcreations.com. Get a free consultation today.
Attention RV shoppers, the biggest RV sale of the year is here. El Monte RV's Blowout Summer event is happening now. With over 50 years in business, our staff is here to help you find the perfect RV for your lifestyle. We have a wide variety of RV brands and sizes for you to choose from. For a limited time, save up to $30,000 on like-new 2023 and 2024 RVs at our Blowout Summer event. Whether you're dreaming of road trips, tailgates, or weekend getaways, we have the perfect Class A, B, or C RVs for you. Hurry in for the best selection. These deals won't last long. Financing options are available, so you can drive away in your dream RV today. Be sure to visit elmontervsales.com or stop by our Las Vegas location now. We're located just off 95 and Boulder Highway at 3800 Boulder Highway. El Monte RV. Your adventure starts here. elmontervsales.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Hey there, I'm Healthy Hank, your health hero, here to give you little habits for healthy travel. Picture this. You're on a road trip making a quick pit stop at the gas station. Before you dive into those irresistible gas station snacks, remember to wash your hands after using the pump. Those pumps can be a breeding ground for germs. Together, we can ensure a safe and healthy journey for everyone. Stay safe, and let's conquer those germs together. This message is sponsored by a CDC grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
1015 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we return to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 1015 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. The all-in pre-show showing the coffin. That's right. Who will be in that coffin? Will it be Jack Perry? Will it be Darby Allin? The scapegoat wanted it. Well, kiddo, you got it. I don't know. I have a feeling Jack Perry's going to win that match. But there's talk that Darby Allin's going to be getting a world championship push. We'll find out. But losing a coffin match wouldn't be a good way to do it. But at the same time, putting the TNT title on him doesn't lead to that. So we'll see how that turns out. But one guy who is living life right now that we are very excited to have gotten a chance to sit down and talk to this week is the big man Hammerstone. So he will be in a 6-way match, an Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division title, as he's going to be trying to knock off not only Speedball Mike Bailey, but he's got Zachary Wentz, Riley Osborne, Jason Hotch, and the Laredo Kid in what should be an incredible TNA emergence with the main event of Nick Nemeth defending his TNA World Championship against Josh Alexander in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Man, hold on to your hats for that one. But we are very excited. We got a chance to take some time and sit down with the big man Hammerstone. So let's hear from Alex Hammerstone himself. All right, everybody. We are very excited on the Mark Hoke Show to have one of Vegas's favorite professional wrestlers. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Coming in to say hi as he's getting ready for TNA Emergence coming up. And he is going to be in that X Division match, trying to take that belt off Speedball Mike Bailey. And, of course, he's going to have 4 other guys to compete with, too. This is going to be a wild week for Alex Hammerstone over at TNA Emergence coming out of Louisville, Kentucky on September 30th. But I'm just thrilled to have this guy on the show. I've been watching him so much here in Las Vegas, and we get to have him join us on the Mark Hoke Show. Hammerstone is in the house. What's going on, big man?
Not too much. How you doing?
I am doing very well. Thrilled to have you on. And, well, Alex, first, how are things going in TNA, my friend? I mean, I know everybody was really excited to see when you signed. And, it's been about 6 months now. What's going on with TNA?
I mean, so far, so good. I truly, I've been having a blast. It definitely, I was at the point where I needed, a change. I needed something new, and TNA has provided that. It's really reinvigorating to feel like I have some new mountains to climb and some new goals to chase and a whole new locker room of matchups that have never happened before. It's just a really exciting time. I really show up every month, like really looking forward to finding out like what I'm going to be doing, what matches I'm going to be in. And so far, like, I can't believe, 6 months has already gone by, because it feels like, it's just flying, it's really just flying by because I'm really enjoying it up to this point.
Well, you got dropped right in with Josh Alexander to start things off too. And I remember when that match was added at Hard to Kill, and I said, wow, this is what an opportunity for Hammerstone to really put on a show. And I thought you guys had the best match of that night. What was it like to get thrown right into the fire and say, here you go, big man, here's your chance?
I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. If I couldn't hang with the best, then I probably didn't deserve to be on the roster, you know? So I'm glad that that's the situation they put me in, because it was a situation where it was like, this is one of our best guys. You're going in there for 20 plus minutes, you know, and, you know, like you said, you enjoyed the match very much. A lot of people said it was their favorite match of the night. It's like, when you get that kind of reception from something, that's, you know, at Hard to Kill, I hadn't signed a contract. I wasn't guaranteed anything, but I think that performance obviously is, you know, what kind of pushed me over the edge in the eyes of the company. So, you know, I'm really thankful that I was given that opportunity. And at the same time, I think that speaks to, you know, the fact that a lot of companies, when you come in, it's kind of like, you know, whatever you've done elsewhere doesn't really matter, and you have to completely start from the ground up. And not that I have any kind of ego where I'm not willing to, you know, put the work in, because I'm willing to do that. It's really nice to feel that TNA recognize that I've been doing this for over 10 years, and they recognize that I've been all over the world, and they recognize that I've held world championships. So, you know, as much as they're not saying, you know, you get a fast track to the top, they are saying like, hey, we'll throw you on the deep end and see if you can swim.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting that looking back over your career, you know, there were so many points where, you know, you had tryout matches and, you know, people would give you the great comparisons, but then, you know, it never worked out. And, you know, you obviously did amazing work on the Indies and MLW, but you know, this had to be really sweet for you to get that contract signed with TNA after all you went through. Tell us a little bit about that road.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long road. You know, I think a lot of what happened for me happened out of the fact that I kind of, you know, developed in wrestling backwards to the way a lot of people develop. A lot of people spend a lot of time just in the ring learning how to wrestle, and that's, you know, they're very proficient in the ring, but they never really figure out how to have that charisma and that character and that larger than life, you know, entrance and music and all these things, and that the visuals, you know, and developing themselves physically. That all comes a lot later. You know, how many times have you seen these guys who are like the indie standouts, but they never really get a shot because, you know, they don't really look like much physically, and they, you know, they don't really know how to cut a promo. They're not very charismatic, et cetera, et cetera. I was kind of backwards. So I, you know, came into wrestling. I before I even started training, I thought like, you got to be big and muscular. So I'd been working out for years before I even signed up for wrestling school. So I came in with a good build. I came in really like with the mindset of like, you know, I'd been a musician. I'd been a performer for several years. So I came in with this performer mindset where I wanted the spotlight, and I wasn't nervous in front of people, and I wanted to figure out how to captivate an audience. So I think I got a lot of those things off the bat, which got me a lot of attention, which got me in a lot of doors. So big companies, they see those things like, we want this. You know, they give you a tryout, they give you an opportunity. But I hadn't honed my actual wrestling skills yet. So it took me the time. I got a lot of opportunities very early. Within my first year of training, I had a tryout for the WWE. Within, you know, it was only a couple years in that I had tryouts with basically almost every major company. But, you know, I was raw. I was still, you know, learning a lot of, you know, sharpening my skills, so to say. So there's no part of me that's like, oh, these companies passed me up. It's, you know, they slept on me. It's like, wrestling isn't like that. Like you come with what you got. And if what you have is what they want at the time, it's going to work. Otherwise, get back to work and don't rest on your laurels. Keep developing. I kept developing. I kept, you know, I went through several kind of character and persona changes over the years. I was always trying to get better in the ring, always trying to stay on top of things. And, you know, the guys who are successful are usually the ones that have been told no over and over and over, but don't let that break their spirit, because there's so many guys who, after they get told no 4 or 5 times, they might not quit wrestling, but they quit trying as hard. They start slacking on their training, they start slacking on their, workouts, or they start slacking on their getting new gear or how to cut promos. It's those types of things. And I never let it kill me. Like, even coming into Hard to Kill, like, I was working harder than I ever had, because every opportunity was the most important opportunity.
Well, Vegas fans here are very familiar with you because, of course, you were a 3-time FSW champion here, and obviously had that huge moment here in Las Vegas at Hard to Kill. What does Las Vegas mean to you?
Most people who I meet in this industry think I'm based out of Las Vegas, just because, FSW is really like kind of one of the companies where I built my name. And I always kind of think of it as a wrestling home. So it's like, to get to do, if Hard to Kill would have happened anywhere, obviously, like, that match, I'm very proud of that match. That match would have been great in front of any crowd. But the fact that it happened in front of a Vegas crowd, I probably couldn't have asked for anything better. It's like, because for whatever I had done and for whatever character I might have portrayed or was portrayed at the time, it's like you said, the fans there, a lot of them knew, like, hey, this guy's been grinding for a decade. He has been one of our guys we want to see succeed. So I think, a lot of the people in the building knew that night how important that moment was to me, and they made it that much more special.
Yeah, we were very happy to see it go well for you. So, I'm looking forward to seeing more from you here in TNA. But now you guys have this relationship with WWE, and I'm curious to get your thoughts about what's happening with that. Do you feel like it's benefiting TNA as well as WWE? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's, there's not a question of if it's benefiting us. Every show we've had this year has been a sellout. We're drawing record numbers at our shows. And it really looks like the trajectory of the company is just continuing to go up. Not only that, a lot of people are saying, a couple TNA guys on WWE, that's cool. But what they're not realizing too is like how much having the NXT guys on our shows benefits us, to get some new guys into the mix with us. And wrestling benefits from having different styles, different personalities, shaking things up like that. It's fresh faces and fresh talent. So it's been very beneficial. I can't say, what it's going to lead to and what's going to be next from it, but it's definitely very exciting times.
Tell me you want to get on NXT. How much would that mean to you to get a chance there?
Hey, I mean, literally, like, I went into this year just saying, like, whatever comes my way, I'm going to try to knock it out of the park. I'm not expecting the world to be handed to me. I don't care what I'm asked to do, whatever it is, I'm just going to go in there with my work boots on and do my best job. So if that means I'm one of the guys who gets an opportunity at NXT, then I'm going to treat it like it's the most important opportunity in the world.
And we're on the Mark Hoke Show here with TNA's Hammerstone. God, it's just fun to say that too. TNA's Hammerstone. It's awesome. Yeah, I'd like to see the smile on your face for that. Now, I've been following you for a long time, and your X account is, I find it very inspirational and just fascinating, because you really do put out the personal side of you out there. First, on the bodybuilding stuff, dude, you got the best legs in pro wrestling. I mean, seriously. I mean, when I was an athlete, and I would love doing the big leg presses and stuff, but my God, what is your routine when you're in the weight room? Because that's crazy.
It's something like squat until you cry, most days. No, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think it's anything that crazy or absurd that I do. I think it's just an intense level of consistency and discipline. It's like, I don't miss training sessions. I don't miss meals. I track every workout. I track every meal. I'm kind of like neurotic about this stuff because I have, like we talked about earlier, I've had so many times in my life where I was told no. I was told I wasn't good enough. So I just kept being like, how could I be better? How could I be better? And finding these little things. And it's like, and then once you set a new habit that brings you some success, you are terrified that if you stop doing that, the success goes away. So, I'm in the gym most every day, usually twice a day. I hurried up and was up early this morning so I could get a workout in before we did this interview. And I have another one later this night. It's just part of my, crazy obsessive brain.
What's the craziest thing you've done in a weight room? Because anybody that's been an athlete has always gone in and said, you know what, I'm going to try this today. And, it's just ridiculous, but you might pull it off. What's the craziest thing you've ever done in a weight room?
I mean, I have good lifting numbers from here and there. I've done, impressive sets of workouts where I'm, deadlifting 405 for 20 reps or 315 for 30 reps, but honestly, like the mentally the hardest thing I've done, because as hard as lifting weights is, it's like a hard set lasts a minute or 2 minutes, like if it's a very long set. But I've done a Stairmaster session where I climbed 500 flights of stairs in an hour, and that's the hardest thing I've ever done. like it's because I don't know, like I don't know anybody that has, like I've met guys that could probably hit those deadlift numbers, but I don't know anybody who would do that on a flight of stairs, because it's just, you're basically sprinting upstairs for an hour straight. It's so painful, and it's mentally so much harder because the pain doesn't stop. It is an hour straight of torture.
God, that's insane, but very cool.
Yeah.
Now everybody's going to be going out there and trying that once they hear that interview. That
Oh,
you also
Good luck.
new challenge. You also play guitar, and you actually wrote your own entrance music. The guitar playing, I imagine that's kind of a nice breakaway from all this for you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's funny you bring that up. I haven't been playing as much the last couple of weeks. I keep beating myself up over it. But yeah, I would say it's really good and really important for people in this industry to have something outside of it that's completely unrelated, because it's like, for several years I didn't, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people say I eat, sleep, and breathe wrestling, and that's good. Like, it's good to obsess over your craft and to be a little bit unbalanced if you want to succeed. But at the same time, there are going to be times that this business drives you nuts and you hate everything about it, and to have nothing else to kind of step into and take your mind off it. Or I tell guys all the time, like, what happens if you blow an ACL and you're out for 6 months? What are you going to do? Like, you literally have nothing else that, like, you can mentally invest your creativity and your time into. So, for that reason, yeah, guitar playing, like, there's several days where it's like, if I pick up a guitar, it's like, for those 2 hours, I'm not thinking about my training. I'm not thinking about wrestling. I'm not thinking about any of that. It's just something, to have a creative outlet to do that's completely enjoyable in a completely separate way.
Well, we're hopefully going to be enjoying you winning the X Division Championship at TNA Emergence coming up on the 30th. Tell everybody a little about this match, man, because this is going to be wild. You've got so many different styles of matches, plus just dealing with the speedballs tough enough.
Well, I've done, almost everything there is to do in wrestling: tables matches, ladder matches, cage matches. The Ultimate X match is something I have never done, and it's something that, I'm not going to lie, is pretty nerve-wracking, because, there's something to be said for if I beat up everybody else in the match and then my palms are too sweaty, I can't even climb that damn cable. And also, I'm trying to carry 275 pounds across the cable while these other guys got like $150. But yeah, I mean, the Ultimate X match is a staple of TNA. It's one of the most unique things the company has created that's, stood the test of time. It's something that they're specifically known for. So yeah, when I first asked for a spot in one of these qualifying matches, I did it thinking I was going to win, but now that I'm here, it's like, it's daunting, it's nerve wracking, it's intimidating, but I think I got a good 80 pounds on about everybody else in the match, so uh, I'm not too worried about it.
Well, I know that a lot of people in Las Vegas are going to be hoping you're going to win that match. And I know we still talk about you here. You were just over at FSW a little while ago, and everybody is just thrilled to see where you've come from to where you are now. And we can't wait for more Hammerstone. It's going to be amazing. And maybe sometime after this X Division championship, maybe that world title is going to be in your sights.
I'm shooting for the top of the mountain. So ain't no stopping your boy Hammer.
Sounds great. Well, Alex, thanks for coming on the show. I've been looking forward to getting to speak with you for a long time on here, and we want to wish you all the best of luck in this match coming up in Emergence and just your career. It's been fun to see, and we can't wait for more from Hammerstone.
Right on, brother. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And there you go from Hammerstone, everybody. They got to maybe accidentally see a little bit from Travel Shark. That's all right. But wow, the road that Hammerstone has taken to get there, 10 long years of hard work, dedication, and he's just a great guy too. So many of these people that are in the industry, when you get to know them and get to talk to them, well-rounded, smart people. It's very hard to be unintelligent and be a professional wrestler. You've got to be able to be eloquent. You've got to be able to think on your feet. And to do what they do is so difficult. And Alex is one of those guys that he has just put in so much work. And to see him finally get to TNA and do what he's doing, and those matches with Josh Alexander were amazing. And now he's going to be doing an Ultimate X match. I can't wait to see him climbing cables. I just hope he doesn't tear him down. That could get pretty nasty, but it would be fun to see him win the X Division championship and dueling it out with Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh man, what a fun night that'll be. And the rest of that card, by the way, if you want to check it out, that is on Friday night, available on TNA Plus and pay-per-view. So it's now Kushida against Frankie Kazarian. You've got that Ultimate X match, which is Hammerstone, Mike Bailey, Zachary Wentz, Riley Osborne, Jason Hotch, and Laredo Kid. Steve Macklin is going to take on Eric Young for the first time, so that should be a lot of fun. Jordan Grayson Spitfire in a 6-man knockout tag team match will be taking on Ashby Elegance and the Militia. That's Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich. And an 8-man tag now, Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, and the Hardys taking on the System. So that'll be Moose, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and JDC. So that should be a lot of fun. And of course, the main event of the night, Nick Nemeth against Josh Alexander for the TNA World Championship in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Yikes. This is going to be a great card. Boy, TNA is really pulling it together. And sure isn't hurting to be working with WWE either. But what a night that should be for TNA. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Hammerstone does in an Ultimate X match. But terrific guy, and definitely follow him on X at Alex Hammerstone. You're going to see some pretty amazing pictures of that guy. He is a monster, no doubt about it. And speaking of monsters, we got more of this monster week in pro wrestling that we're going to be talking about. Of course, Ricky Chino is going to be coming up. And we're also going to be giving away some tickets, by the way, later on to Wrestle Connects, wrestling's fandom and convention expo here in Las Vegas in hour number 2. Of course, at the show, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Maria Canella, Stilo Brown, Brian Cage, Kenny King, Victoria, and former UFC champ Misha Tate, Melissa Santos, and so many others are going to be there. That is going to be at the Tuscany Suites and Casino coming up on Saturday, September 14th. And best of all, I'm going to be there. That's right. So we would love to have you come join us there. You can get information at power-play-sports-collectibles.square.site, or you just look up Wrestle Connects. That's Connects with an X. Wrestle Connects, and get your tickets. But maybe you're going to win them coming up here in just a little bit. So stick around, everybody. We've got a whole lot more. Of course, Rick Ucchino, now with Sports Illustrated on top of everything else, is going to be joining us hour 2. But we're going to keep an eye on this pre-show for AEW All In. And by the way, one of the announcers just did a little promo. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors: buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Are you the parent of a 2 to 7-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting free radio offer. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the Parents' Choice Award-winning online learning program that's actually changing the lives of early learners everywhere.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Right now, we're offering a special radio promo to try it free for a month, but you have to go to abcmouse.com/radio to claim your free month. That's abcmouse.com/radio.
Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $750 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances priced $396 or more. And My Lowe's Rewards members get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and we must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part this summer. Wash your vehicle at a car wash or on grass or gravel. Avoid sprinkler runoff. Scoop your dog's poop, bag it, and discard it. Collect grass clippings and put them in the trash. And secure and pack out trash when recreating. Keep contaminants out of our storm drains. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in preserving Nevada's waters for future generations by visiting lovenvwaters.com and following us on social media. This message sponsored by the Nevada Department of Transportation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
1015 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
I'm trying not to laugh right now. I'm really not. I think some people had bonuses in their contracts with Tony Khan for appearing on AEW All In. By the way, this is the Mark Hoke Show, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. We want to thank you for joining us here on a big All In Sunday. The AEW All In pre-show is going on right now. And there is another pre-show match that is lining up right now. It is a 16-man tag team match. 16. How do you get everybody in this match? Are you kidding me? Now, we know guys get bonuses when they appear on pay-per-views. So here it is. Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, Anthony Ogogo, Arya Daivari, and Private Party, and the Dark Order. And by the way, the Dark Order has got Evil Uno in their corner. Sanjay Dutt is out with Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh. So that's really a 10-man team. They are taking on Tommy Billington, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and Top Flight, the Martin Boys, with Don Callis. So we got 19 people out here for one match, and it's not a battle royal. Are you kidding me? Oh, I love AEW. Oh, but that's fun. But what we teased, by the way, Nigel McGuinness, of course, longtime rival of Bryan Danielson. They had those wars over the Ring of Honor World Championship, and Nigel is always busting Bryan's chops. Cut a promo that he is hoping that the career of Bryan Danielson is going to be coming to an end. Nigel's getting involved in this. I have been saying this for a long time. I thought it was going to happen a little sooner, but I think Nigel in front of his hometown fans in Wembley, something's going to happen. Maybe he's helps Hangman win the title, that Bryan wins it, and then Nigel helps Hangman win the championship, cashing in the casino gauntlet chip or whatever it is. But this is going to be really interesting. But Nigel had a look in his eyes, and I'm telling you, he did a promo with Swerve and Bryan on Dynamite, and Nigel looked pretty buff. I think he's ready to go. By the way, Jesse Hyde in the chat box also commenting, do you think if Shane McMahon comes to AEW may affect AEW's partnerships? Nah, I'm okay. I don't think it's going to bother anybody. Shane's going to be another employee. God, I'm sorry. I'm slightly distracted by this. These ring introductions, they're going to take up most of the pre-show. I hope there's room for the other two matches. This is nuts. It's nuts. But hey, have a good time, guys. That's what it's all about. Pro wrestling's fun. It's fun. By the way, we still have two more big events coming up this week. On top of, we've got this one, TNA Emergence. Saturday morning is Bash in Berlin from WWE. Of course, that main event coming up is Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens. But we've also got Gunther against Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. The new Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, taking on the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre in a strap match, and the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the women's tag champs, will be defending against the former champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So that's coming up. And then on Sunday, that's right, we're not done. NXT No Mercy comes on. Wesley against Zachary Wentz. Chase University defends the NXT tag titles against former champs Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Obafemi against Tony D'Angelo for the North American Championship. Kaylani Jordan defends the women's North American title against Wendy Chu. Roxanne Perez is defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jada Parker. And Ethan Page, in what should be an amazing match, defends the NXT Championship against Joe Hendry. That's right. Joe Hendry earned the title shot. So get ready. What a week of wrestling. Unbelievable. So to be a wrestling fan right now, man, it is something special. Wow. And just to top it off this week, by the way, in case you didn't see it, JBL showed up at GCW and decked Effie. That's right. JBL, after popping up at AAA last week, now makes an appearance at GCW. What is going on? It's amazing. Ha. Oh, my God. It is almost too much to keep track of. And we had the G1 climax last week, too. I mean, I don't even know what to say right now, but just hold on to your hats, wrestling fans, because this is a special, special time. And if you're not a pro wrestling fan, man, this is the time to get in. It is just a blast. And, we pro wrestling fans would love to welcome you into the fold. It is something really special. Speaking of special, coming up, we've got Wrestle Connects tickets to give away. Rick Ucchino from Sports Illustrated is going to be joining us. And we've also got a special announcement for another contest that we're going to be doing involving our YouTube website and YouTube channel at the end of the show. So keep your eyes on the live stream. Of course, you can join us in there, get in the chat box, and, say hi. We're welcoming your comments, and keep an eye on the hell that is breaking loose at AEW All In right now. And it is literally all hell breaking loose. Everybody's getting beat up outside the ring, and Leo Rush, the small dude, is staring down the former NBA player Satnam Singh. Are you kidding me? Whoa. I love it. I love it. This is so much fun. Follow us on X at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, markhokeshow.com. YouTube is at The Mark Hoke Show. Subscribe on there, and that's going to be important later on. Subscribe right now. We've got another hour to go, everybody. Stick around for a whole lot more. The best in pro wrestling news and entertainment on The Mark Hoke Show. We'll be right back.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show, and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
Summer is here, which means pool days, beach trips, and yeah, you guessed it, traffic jams. Oh yeah, and heat waves. Don't let summer catch you by surprise. Get the local news you need, no matter what you're up to, with the free Odyssey app, and never miss a beat with alerts on breaking stories sent directly to your phone. Listen today on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Hey there, I'm Healthy Hank, your health hero, here to give you little habits for healthy travels. Picture this. You're about to board a plane and you find yourself in a sneezing or coughing fit. This is a potential germ explosion. Utilize tissues as your trusty sidekick against sneezes and coughs, and then disinfect any surfaces you may have touched. And remember, if you're feeling under the weather, be a superhero and stay home. Together, we can ensure a safe and healthy journey for everyone. This message is sponsored by a CDC grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Donors choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. And that's just not right. At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Here's what you can do. Go to donorschoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, history, and more. Once a request is funded, we'll take care of shipping everything directly to the teacher. It's that easy. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future. KMXB HD3 K268CS Las Vegas. Always live on the free Odyssey app. 1015 FM KDAWN.
Israel says it struck Hezbollah preemptively. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. The IDF launching airstrikes into Lebanon early this morning. Israeli Defense Force spokesperson Daniel Hagari says Israel will always defend its people.
We are ready to do everything we need to defend the people of Israel.
Fox's Jeff Paul reports from Tel Aviv. The attacks come as the Gaza ceasefire talks are resuming in Egypt.
We do know that both Iran and Hezbollah has said that they'll be watching these peace talks closely, and they had previously said that it is the one thing that is holding them back from this massive retaliatory attack on Israel. So it really begs the question, is this that massive retaliatory attack that Hezbollah has been talking about? Is this just the first phase, as Hezbollah has said? And how will that impact the peace talks going forward? Israel obviously has a lot on its plate. They've got a war in Gaza, and now they've got, the situation in northern Israel.
But Reuters is reporting this morning that two diplomats speaking on the condition of anonymity have told them that both Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to cease their operations to avoid a further escalation of the conflict. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who suspended his presidential campaign Friday, endorsing former President Trump, tells Fox News Sunday today he faced a lot of censorship from the media, and it became clear he did not have a chance to win.
When Ross Perot ran, in the 10 months that he ran, he had 34 appearances on the networks. I had 2 appearances in 16 months. So I was blocked out from the networks. I was blocked out from the debate. I had no path to victory.
Kennedy says he and former President Trump agreed to form what he says is a unity government. He joined the former president on stage Friday evening in Arizona. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Dana Perino, co-host of The Five and co-anchor of America's Newsroom. Join me for my brand new podcast, Perino on Politics. Listeners of Everything Will Be Okay will gravitate toward this podcast too. Every Monday, I'm going to talk to people I trust in politics as they tell me what they're seeing and thinking in the 2024 election cycle. As they prep me to cover the upcoming election, they'll prep you, the voters, too. Make sure you subscribe to this series on foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts and leave a rating and review.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
For the best in sports talk on both the local and national scenes, join Ken Thompson for SportsX Radio Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. right here on 101.5 FM KDAWN and streaming live on the Odyssey app. AUDACY. Download our free app now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody. Hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. Of course, we're streaming on the Odyssey app. If you haven't downloaded the app, well, body parts will shrink if you don't do it. So you better, get on your phone and download right now, AUDACY. Because you not only get my show, but you get all the great programming on KDAWN, plus so many other shows from around the world. It is really a terrific app. So it's AUDACY. Just download it, and you'll be glad you did, I promise. But you get to listen to my show. Of course, I've got all my podcasts up at markhokeshow.podbean.com. There's also a rewind feature on the Odyssey app where you can rewind shows back, and we're set for 72 hours. So you can back it up however long you want. But it's pretty cool. And of course, we're also streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X. YouTube is The Mark Hoke Show. Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. And X is at Mark Hoke Show. And it looks like we have winners in that 16-man tag match. So that is over, and it appears that we have victory from Don Callis's team of Tommy Billington, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and Top Flight. So that craziness has ended. The 16-man tag match to kick off All In is over. You got to be kidding me. Rick Ucchino is going to be joining us here from Sports Illustrated. And, of course, he's all over the place, too. I mean, this guy just does it all. Covers the Cincinnati Reds for Sports Illustrated, the Bengals for Sirius XM, and, of course, is on 700 WLW and ESPN 1530 out of Cincinnati. He'll be on in the next segment, so we'll look forward to hearing from our great friend Rick, who just landed that job from SI, the Takedown. So looking forward to hearing from Rick Ucchino. I mean, there's so much to talk about. I don't know how we're going to get it in one segment. So we'll do our best. Of course, we're also getting ready for TNA Emergence on Friday night, WWE Bash in Berlin on Saturday, NXT No Mercy on Sunday next week. But right now, the eyes of the world are on AEW All In. We got a 10-man tag match coming up. And then Statlander and Stokely Hathaway against Will Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii getting ready to wrap up the pre-show. That's still plenty of time on that. But, of course, you can buy that pay-per-view, and I would recommend that this is going to be a lot of fun today. It really is. So many great matches on this card from top to bottom. There should be a ton of surprises. And our chat box, we got Jesse Hyde in there. Our chat box is just fired up about Shane McMahon. No guarantee Shane's going to show up. Don't be counting those chickens, man. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if he does, it'll be fun. But, wondering about Bobby Lashley and MVP. Apparently Ricochet has signed. So, and you never know. You never know what Tony's going to pull out of the bag. But, I think what's going to get pulled out of the bag is Hangman Adam Page. Good chance he's going to walk out of here with the AEW World Championship. And he's not in the main event. He's in the Casino Gauntlet match to get a shot. That's what I just something in my gut. I'm like I said, in the last hour, about 40 to 45% on that, but I'm feeling it. And I'm feeling Nigel McGuinness is going to do something really, really bad today. So brace yourselves, everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what MJF and Will Ospreay put together. They did such a great job in that hour-long match that they had a little while ago where MJF won the international championship, and he's now parading it around as the American championship. Should be a terrific match between those two guys. Looking forward to see what Britt Baker does. And do they give Britt the win over Mercedes? There's Mercedes Moné, the high-price free agent, come in and keep this TBS championship and push Britt aside a little bit. Jack Perry and Darby Allin in a coffin match. What a battle that should be. I'm curious about the tag match. But the Young Bucks have really, a lot of people have just feel like the Young Bucks have lost a lot of momentum. for one reason or another. You could say a lot of reasons, whether it's just the style of wrestling or just the look or whatever. But Matt and Nick Jackson tried to remake their image and did the whole thing with Tony Khan where they gave him the Tony Khan driver, as they called it now. But I don't know, FTR, so they'll get FTR and the Acclaimed. But people, I don't know what it is. People just are not looking forward to this, and they've really been banging on the AEW tag division. So we'll find out. And everybody seems to hate Chris Jericho right now, so look forward to Hook probably winning the FTW championship back, bringing it home to the family. That, of course, Taz was the one that created that, his father. I don't know what's going to happen in this four-way ladder match for the Trios Championship. You've got 4 different teams out there in a ladder match. So you've got 12 people. And like I said, I just hope nothing stupid happens in this match. It's just a lot of people in a ladder match. Ladders and anything goes. So stuff's just going to be flying all over the place. It could get really nasty out there. And they're all professionals. I mean, this is a great group of guys. You've got the Patriarchy. It's Kristen Cage, Killswitch, Nick Wayne, the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and the Guns, the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and then Pac of the Blackpool Combat Club, who won their way in this week. That's Pac with Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. A lot of very good professional guys. So I'm sure that they know what they're doing. But even guys that know what they're doing can get caught up in something. So fingers crossed that's the one that scares me today a little bit. So we'll find out. But what a great night this will be. And that Casino Gauntlet match should be a lot of fun too. Hangman Adam Page, I would imagine, is a heavy, heavy favorite to win this. But once again, the betting odds up on betonline.ag. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Tony Storm and Mariah May. But once again, here's your betting odds on this. The Young Bucks are minus 700 in that tag match. FTR plus 500. The Acclaimed also plus 500. So the Bucks favored to win the tag match. Hangman Adam Page is a minus 500 to win the gauntlet match. Any other is listed at plus 115. And then solo bets, Orange Cassidy plus 1,200, Mark Briscoe plus 2,500, Kyle O'Reilly plus 2,500. Hook is a minus 5,000 to beat Chris Jericho. He's one of the bigger favorites on the card. Chris Jericho is a plus 1,000 to hold on to the FDR championship. Will Ospreay minus 4,000. MJF is a plus 900. Mercedes Moné is a minus 5,000. That surprises me. Britt Baker's a plus 1,000. You might be able to pick up some coin on that. I would take a shot. Jack Perry is minus 1,000. Darby Allin plus 550. So Jack Perry a favorite to win that. That's a possibility. A massive favorite in that women's championship match is Mariah May. A minus 2,000. That is a heavy favorite. Tony Storm plus 700. Bryan Danielson, the favorite to win the world championship, but this is a little tighter. Minus 500. Swerve is a plus 300 to retain. Patriarchy minus 400. Bang Bang Gang plus 800, as is the House of Black. And then the team of Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club is a plus 200. So a lot of, I really felt like coming into this card that there was going to be a lot of unpredictability. But boy, the boys at betonline.ag heavily disagree with me. I don't know, man. I might be, if I were you guys, I might be going on our website and taking advantage of that bonus and, plunking down 50 or $100 just for fun. Maybe making a parlay or two out of this. Up to you. But, I just don't see it as clear cut as they do. I don't know. Then, of course, we get ready for Bash at Berlin, too. And, Gunther and Randy Orton, that should be a fun match coming up. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens has just been doing his teases as we expected. But I am excited about that Damian Priest Rhea Ripley match taking on the Judgment Day with Dominic and Liv. That should be just a pure fun match. Punk and McIntyre in a scrap match. The women's tag titles on the line. I would imagine Bianca and Jade will probably get them back. But, some fun matches coming up there. And then we finally, but the NXT No Mercy, we're going to get to see the fate of Joe Hendry. WWE has a very unique setup for him. Does Joe Hendry win a title in WWE before he wins, say, the World Championship or the X Division Championship in TNA? Now, he's been the digital media champion. But could you imagine that? With all the stuff that Joe Hendry's done, winning the NXT title would be, and that would be the first one of the crossover guys, either way, to win a title. So very intriguing stuff going on in pro wrestling. I mean, wow. This is fun. I saw in chat box comment about it's going to be the craziest year in pro wrestling ever. It might be. It might be. I can't even describe this. I mean, 1 in 8 days. Could you have imagined that we would see in 8 days like this, say, 6 years ago, or even 3 years ago? WWE was just kind of out there running the show, and TNA was treading water at best. Or AEW when it didn't exist. And this is just unreal. And by the way, real quick, I don't know if you saw Scott D'Amore's got his Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling up there, and Mario Ranallo is going to be the announcer. And a lot of people very loyal to Scott D'Amore, of course, was fired from TNA. So he's going to be bringing some serious guns in for that promotion up there in Canada. That should be exciting. We'll have to see if we can reach out to Scott and get him on the show. But what a just amazing, great time in pro wrestling. And by the way, don't forget, for you fans here in Las Vegas, and even if you want to drive in the area, come on in, because we've got that Wrestle Connects coming up. But we're not giving away those tickets yet. But I'll give you the number just so you're ready. I think you're probably going to know which break we're going to give them away. 702-257-5396. Have that number ready to go. 702-257-5396. We're going to give away a set of 4 tickets to Wrestle Connects here in Las Vegas. Going to be an awesome show. Promise you, you're going to enjoy it. And by the way, going on right now, oh my gosh, Chris Statler is in the ring with Tomohiro Ishii. Oh, and Stokely did a spine buster. Wow. All right, we got to take a break. I'll get hung up on this. But we will be back in a little bit. Rick Ucchino is going to be joining us here on the show. I don't even know what to ask him. I don't know where to start. I got some ideas, but oh boy, Stokely's going to get beat up. Oh, Lord. All right, stick around, everybody. A whole lot more of the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. We'll be right back.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure. Now 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft, in a breach, or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
They say to make yourself indispensable at work, so I developed a digital catering solution that only I can operate. Okay, it's actually EasyCater.com.
David!
They love me, because I, the director of catering logistics, not a real job, use EasyCater to get catering from all our favorite restaurants. Tight budget? No problem. Need vegetarian options? Gluten-free? Check and check.
D-Man, you crushed lunch today.
It was easy. EasyCater.
EasyCater is your all-in-one tech platform for ordering food for work. Start your order at EasyCater.com.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
I am Robert Strickler. My wife Joyce and I have been married for 53 years. Certainly one of the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I am essentially a writer. I've been involved in communications and the media. I've been an avid fly fisherman for at least 40 or more years. I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly, have a crisper ability to remember and think through things. And I enthusiastically recommend Prevagen. It has helped me an awful lot.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Robert Strickler is a content contributor for Prevagen and real user, based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
1015 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And let us return to this wild, wild world of professional wrestling. Man, what a day, what a week it's going to be. So exciting. And, of course, AEW All In, the 0 hour pre-show is going on. And Stokely Hathaway is dead. Just thought I'd throw that out there right now. And I did want to mention before we bring on our guest, our good friends at Off Grid Creations who are going to be joining me over at WrestleConnects. Man, you want shirts, products, t-shirts, embroidery, promotional products, Off Grid Creations has got you covered. I mean, if you need creative work done, graphics, a logo on anything, like if, our good friend Rick Ucchino, wants to put a temporary tattoo on his head, they can get it done. Let Mike and his team take care of all your needs. They will have you covered from setup to finished products. They do brand development with you. It's not just come in, whip up something and throw you out the door. They're going to take care of you. I promise. Mike's an awesome guy. His team's going to get the job done for you. Give him a call, 661-300-1115, 661-300-1115. That's 661-300-1115. Visit the website off-gridcreations.com. They're absolutely amazing. You're gonna be thrilled you did, and you don't have to be in Vegas. Wherever you are, Mike will take care of you. That's at Off Grid Creations. Let's bring on our guest, who just got himself one hell of a gig, and I am so happy for him. He's going to be now doing work for Sports Illustrated.
What up?
One of my heroes in pro wrestling media, and just a fantastic guy. Let's welcome him in. Rick Ucchino, my friend, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Juggling about 19 different things now, but trying to keep tabs on this pre-show here while also working on some stuff for Monday for SI. So there's a lot going on now.
It's a ridiculous amount that's going on. And I just, leading into this last segment, I just mentioned, could you have imagined so much happening in professional wrestling, say even 3 years ago, that we have AEW, NXT, TNA, WWE in this just like an 8-day period. Plus, for some reason, JBL is beating people up all over the world. It's nuts, Rick.
Yeah,
this is nuts.
And not only that, but I mean, you got other independent promotions like GCW that are on the rise and getting, more national attention and running bigger shows. So, yeah, it just goes to show you the overall health of the industry right now, which AEW deserves a lot of credit for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too because they were really the first ones. I mean, WWE didn't want to mix. It was a Vince McMahon thing. I'm WWE, and the rest of you can just kind of look in the window, like a bunch of puppy dogs, hoping somebody's going to throw a scrap out to you when if I feel like it. But AEW was willing to work with anybody, and now everybody's working with everybody. It's unbelievable how much the landscape of pro wrestling has changed.
Well, I mean, and it's not only that. It's like, yes, AEW was willing to work with other people and kind of open that forbidden door, if we want to use that overused term now. But they were the first ones that were in 20 years to really kind of come in and be a legitimate competitor and threat to WWE, because a lot of people took them seriously off the get-go, and that took a lot of right decisions and a lot of first off, a lot of great funding that obviously came from the Khan family, but landing the TV deal with Warner, that was big. Puts them on national television, every week. Signing somebody like a Chris Jericho to come in and be the legitimate first world champion that you have, bringing in Jon Moxley as your first big outside jump. I mean, everything that they did in that first year, I mean, they really nailed and were able to build some sustainable success. And then there was a point there in 2021 where they were way hotter than WWE. And then luckily with WWE, they were able to get the problem out. And now they've turned things around. And AEW, are they as hot as they were? No, but it's hard to sustain that kind of success, especially when the number one company in the world is as white hot as they've been in the last 3 decades. So, but they packed 50,000 people into Wembley Stadium today. They're doing just fine. The pro wrestling industry is doing great right now.
So what are your thoughts on All In today? If someone came up to you and said, what should I be looking for out of this card? What would you tell them?
Just strap in and enjoy the show. Because I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be high octane from start to finish. There's going to be some brilliant in-ring storytelling here. MJF and Will Ospreay, I think, is going to be cinema, as the kids would say. I would say the culmination and the rise of Mariah May is something to look out for in her matchup with Toni Storm tonight. I think Mercedes and Dr. Britt Baker is a sleeper match of the night candidate. There's going to be a lot of really great bell-to-bell action on this show today, which AEW prides itself on for sure. So like there's not really a point on this card where you can, if you're in Wembley Stadium, where I'd say, yeah, go risk grabbing popcorn or a drink or going to the bathroom right now. There's a chance you're going to miss something.
What is the chance that Hangman Adam Page walks out of Wembley with the AEW World Championship tonight?
I would say I like it better. I give him better odds of walking out than the other two guys that are actually in the title match right now.
Wow.
I do. Yeah. I think it's the perfect out. I think it is the perfect out to not have to hold Bryan Danielson to his retirement, win or retire stipulation if Hangman goes in there and screws everything up. And he treats the Casino Gauntlet, assuming he wins the Casino Gauntlet match, which he is the betting favorite to do so right now. Assuming he gets the Casino Gauntlet, whatever it is he wins for that, whether it's a poker chip or whatever, and he decides to use it like a Money in the Bank briefcase and cash in and screws up the main event. I think it's the ultimate out. It allows Bryan to continue his career without beating Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. And it allows him to do so without Bryan Danielson winning the AEW World Championship, which he has actively campaigned against since he got into the company. So I think it's kind of a win-win situation. Hangman can take both of those guys out. He can injure Bryan Danielson a little bit more. He can go off and he can get his neck surgery. And whenever he's ready to come back and do his limited dates moving forward, he can do it. He gets the main event, Wembley. I think it is the ultimate out. It all depends on what the rules they set around that Casino Gauntlet matchup are. and how they shake everything out. But if Hangman wins the Casino Gauntlet match earlier on in this show, I think he's walking out with the AEW World Title tonight. And I think that makes the most sense from a storyline standpoint too, because he has been dead set on just taking everything away from Swerve Strickland and getting his hands on and just getting the ultimate revenge against him. Stealing the AEW World Championship tonight would be just that.
See, I'm almost wondering if Nigel's going to get involved in this. I feel like Brian's going to win, and then Hangman's going to take the title off of him, and Nigel's going to cost Danielson the title.
They could definitely.
And then we get a Nigel Bryan feud.
Yeah, I mean, my only thing with that is, God, when was that? Was that SummerSlam? What year was that? Where Bryan won the world title, and then Triple H took him out, and then Sheamus immediately cashed in Money in the Bank. Like, we've seen that song and dance before, so I'm going to be kind of interested to see how this plays out. But I don't expect somehow, some way, I don't expect Bryan Danielson to be retired by the end of the night, nor do I expect him to be the AEW World Champion, if that makes any sense. However way they decide to pull it off, I don't think today is his last match. I don't.
Yeah, this is going to be the end of this night is going to be so incredible. I can't wait to see it. And you were talking about the betting odds, and we mentioned this a little bit, as I was on betonline.ag, and I'm really surprised that a lot of these matches, they have very decisive favorites on the site. I was shocked.
Extremely decisive, yes.
And because I really felt this is a fairly unpredictable night, but they don't think so. I mean, do you, I'm sure you were looking them over. I mean, do you really think that this card is that predictable?
I don't. I'm not as. Hang on, I'm pulling them up as we speak. My computer's being slightly slow at the moment. Yeah, I do not expect. Oh, they already yanked them off the website because the show started. But for example, I saw MJF at overwhelming underdog against Will Ospreay today. I'm bullish on this. I think MJF walks away with the belt. I think the odds in that match should be much closer than a 5,000 to minus 5,000 favorite for Will Ospreay is what I saw it at last night. That's insane to me. I don't know what you're going off of right there, but I'm my evidence that I'm looking at. Yes, I get it. It's Will Ospreay. It's Wembley Stadium. It's London. He's the hometown crowd. All of that. I get everything behind it. You want to give him the big win in Wembley Stadium. I understand the thought process behind that. But I'm also looking at the fact that you just commissioned a new championship for MJF. He's got this new, just schmarmy, cocky, confident piece of crap, ultimate American male figure thing that he's doing, and it is working. You have just started something that can be that has a lot of legs to it as far as MJF is concerned, to just immediately nip that in the bud, just to give Will Ospreay a win and put the title back on him that he literally just lost like a month and a half ago or however long it was. And again, you just recommissioned it and changed it to the American Championship. I think that has way more legs. I'm not saying Will Ospreay's definitely losing, but I could see something happening tonight that screws him out of that matchup. And my thought behind it would be, why not make an impact with somebody who is reportedly on his way to the company, somebody who is a former rival on the independent circuit and in New Japan Pro Wrestling of Will Ospreay? Tony Khan loves his history. I mean, what would be a better way? You tell me. What would be a better way, Mark, of bringing in Ricochet to this company to have him be a surprise entrant in the Casino Gauntlet match that he's not winning, or to have him show up, turn heel, align himself with MJF, or not even align himself with MJF, but just screw Will Ospreay out of the American Championship in London at Wembley to start off that feud between those two and really heat him up and make him the most hated man in the city of London in an instant. That's how you heat somebody up. That's how you bring somebody into the company. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, and maybe they ultimately bring in Ricochet in a better way. I would give serious consideration to that.
Yeah, that would
Really
be,
heat him up. Let him show his attitude. Let him go out there and flip off the damn crowd. Just let him show that Ricochet has a personality, because that has always been the knock on him, because WWE never really gave him much to work with from a character standpoint, even when Triple H took over 2 years ago. Like, just let him go out there and be that guy that has that chip on his shoulder, that has that attitude, that is willing to do whatever it takes to make a name for himself in this company, including taking out Will Ospreay, who literally called him out this week. So that's what I would do.
I think that sounds like a plan to me, Rick. You got it. Ricky Chino is just a wrestling genius.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know
a
about
genius.
that. I don't know about that, but just an idea I had.
Does Shane McMahon show up tonight?
Oh boy, I don't think so. I don't think so. But if they do it, man, do I just want, I literally want him to come down to the ring, get that big pop, do it in the Casino Gauntlet match. He's dancing around, he's shucking and jiving, he's loving life. And then boom, buckshot lariat from Hangman Page. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. He gets chucked into the crowd, and we never see McMahon in AEW again. If you're Tony Khan and you have a chance to bury a McMahon in your company, please do it, because I think it would be hilarious. I don't know.
Wow.
Other than that, I don't know what Shane McMahon does for AEW, other than the fact of, holy hell, it's a McMahon in AEW. But I want it to be like one of those, not to spoil anything for those who still haven't seen Deadpool Wolverine, but like, I want it like, oh my God, it's that certain character that I love, and oh, he's dead. Like, that's what I want. Like, that's immediately what I want, just as the joke. Like, oh, he's there, and oh, he was there. He ain't no more. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want if Shane McMahon comes in.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Ricky Chino joined us here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN. And of course, there is a 10-man tag team match. We already got a 16-man tag team match going
Everybody
on
getting
the pre-show.
that Wembley paycheck today, baby. Get them all on there.
You betcha. Gotta love that. To move on a little bit from All In, we've got I think a very interesting TNA card coming up here too on Friday with Emergence. And, I just had Hammerstone on the show a little while ago. Looking forward to seeing what he does in that X Division match. But man, this is going to be a fun main event with Nick Nemeth taking on Josh Alexander in that Iron Man match, man. I can't wait to see that.
I mean, this is a match that Nick is built for. I mean, the guy, even with all the bumps on his bump card, all the years that he's been in the business, like, he can still go. He's still in tremendous shape. He's thriving, getting the opportunity to shine on a bigger stage than what he was doing, again, even under Triple H, where it's like, at a certain point, he had just reached what he was able to do in WWE and wasn't really going to go much further than where he was, other than, oh, hey, we need you in a brief program to lose to somebody, like that kind of a role. So to see him in this spot has been fun. And yeah, I'm with you. I think this is a match that's just tailor-made to be a banger, as the kids like to say these days.
And of course, this crossover with TNA and WWE, doing this work with NXT has been very intriguing. And we've now got, I think, the first real possibility that we're going to see a TNA person win a championship, with Joe Hendry taking on Ethan Page at No Mercy. I mean, this is a great card coming up on next Sunday night. Does Joe Hendry walk out of that with the NXT championship?
I don't think so. I don't. I understand why they might consider that, but I just don't know how you put one of your titles on somebody who's not contracted to your company. Like, that seems like a big step. And they just put the title on Ethan Page, to be honest with you. Like, that, it just seems like the wrong time to take it off of him. But I definitely think Joe Hendry has already won. And the fact that he has shown his marketability to WWE, his star power to WWE. And this is why anybody and everybody who has aspirations of eventually moving up to a bigger company than what TNA, or a bigger platform than what TNA can offer, should be clamoring to get on these NXT shows. And this is why WWE is honestly doing this. Yeah, they can send some of their younger kids, back over and have them go compete on a TNA stage and get some more reps and, develop their younger people that way. But also, this is a great scouting opportunity for them to get a better look at somebody like a Jordan Grace and put her in a world title match with Roxanne Perez. And I willing to bet Jordan Grace is going to be a WWE superstar sooner rather than later. And I think the same for Joe Hendry. I think this is just a great way for them to kind of scout out their talent and figure out who it is that they want to sign and let them shine on their stage without them actually having to have those contractual obligations with them. And they can have them come and go as they please. And then when it comes time to, hey, you're a free agent. Well, hey, let's make this official because we like the work that you're doing. So I think this works out in both directions because TNA is also getting some nice publicity out of it. They're getting their stars in main event matches as long as they still have them, and hopefully they get popular enough that they can bring more of that NXT audience back their way and grow their audience. I think it's working everywhere which way around. But no, I don't think Joe Hendry is winning the NXT World Championship, at least not before officially signing with WWE when he's allowed to.
I think he's winning it. I'm just going to call my shot right now. I think he wins it. I really do. I've been reading all these interesting stories about how they've got some sort of special arrangement with him. I think he's walking out with it. I really do. So we'll find out.
We'll see.
And we've also got Bash in Berlin coming up too here, Rick. I mean,
I know
this
next weekend is stacked.
Oh, This is unreal. But I'm most curious. Honestly, I think the match that I'm more excited about is the mixed tag match. I just feel like that match is just going to be so much fun with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley taking on Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. I just feel like that one may be the show stealer. I really do.
I mean, it definitely has the potential to be. And the Terror Twins, my goodness, can you you have to give props to Triple H for how he went about booking both of them. I mean, to think where Judgment Day started off, they almost looked dead in the water when they kicked Edge out of the group, and Damian Priest, everybody lost faith in him when he was Mr. Money in the Bank or Senior Money in the Bank, and it didn't look like they were going to be doing anything with him. And then in just 3 short months after he wins the world title, shocks everybody at WrestleMania. Yes, he drops the belt, but now he is an even bigger star than he has ever been in WWE. And he's getting these massive pops now. He has found his footing. He has found his comfort zone. He has found that character that works for him because he is a total badass. And, he's got a great story behind him that everybody who watched his documentary saw. And to see him now get elevated and be a legitimate main eventer, he feels more like a main eventer now that he dropped the world title than when he actually had the world title. But he proved himself during that reign. And now fans are like, oh yeah, he's kind of cool. We want to cheer for him. And he's aligned with Rhea, who we all love. And Dom is now out of the picture. Let's go. Terror Twins, baby. Everybody's on board on this. The WWE's done a great job of, I mean, Mark, when was the last time we had 9-10 people who were legitimately over? Legitimately over, like Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the pops that they get, but also LA Knight, also Kevin Owens, also Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, and now Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. I haven't even talked about CM Punk yet.
And Gunther and Drew. I mean, it has been absolutely amazing because I remember when I first started doing the show, it was Brock and Roman, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. No, the eggs were in that basket, and everybody was starting to smell them because it was getting rotten. And now you just have so much depth on the men and the women's side. It is ridiculously exciting.
The only thing is they have so many people who have ballooned on the babyface side of the card. The balance is almost shit. Like, if let's just say Cody beats Kevin Owens, right? Which we all expect to happen next week. Who's his big bad? Like, who steps up as the next challenger, the next big, like Cody already, to use another comic book analogy, he already defeated his Thanos. And now Thanos is busy he's a babyface now, and he is busy going to be locked up with the bloodline for the next several weeks, months ahead until WrestleMania season. Who's the next big bad guy on SmackDown to step up to Cody?
Right. That is
like,
the
that's
one
something
thing
they got to figure out. Whether it's Kevin Owens and he does turn heel, which everybody's heart skipped a beat on Friday when he kind of charged at him a little bit with that championship. Whether you flip a guy like Randy Orton, that would probably be where I'd throw my money. Is you do the whole sleight of hand thing. It's like, look what we're doing with Kevin. Look what we're doing with Kevin, and boom, here's RKO out of nowhere. So. But he's got his own world title shot this weekend, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they balance everything out. But they have been great at building really strong, popular baby faces. I mean, where they're lacking right now is in the heel department, because you have Gunther, you have the Bloodline, and then like you looked at a guy like Braun Breaker. Well, now he's getting cheered just for the sheer, incredible athletic stuff that he can do. And then he's got this over routine of, hey, insert name of town here, anybody barking tonight? And then the entire arena starts barking, and now he's starting to get over and get popular. So it's like, you need the good guy, you need the bad guys to outweigh the good guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how they try to balance that out, because they're really good at making popular baby faces now. When under the Vince McMahon era, it was easy for them to build heels. He struggled to build baby faces, and Triple H is kind of the reverse of that right now.
Nah, we'll just turn John Cena heel. I'll take care of it.
Finally give his farewell tour. Finally pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, there you
years
go.
Too late.
It'll be fun. But well, Rick, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about what you got going on, because you just got to get on with Sports Illustrated, and I know that's something that just a huge deal for you. Tell everybody what's happening, how that came about real quick, and what all is happening in the Ucchino universe.
Well, it came about very, very quickly, very, very out of nowhere. It was just a week ago that Justin Barrasso announced that he wasn't going to be renewing his contract with them, and I reached out, and before I knew it, I was being onboarded. So it was a very, very quick process, what I was not expecting, and something I've definitely worked over 6 years to get to, and I'm very, very excited about it, and was incredibly thrilled to get started late last week doing a little bit of news writing. My first feature is going to drop tomorrow. Working on it as we speak. I got to talk to Kevin Owens last week. So my first interview for Sports Illustrated will be dropping tomorrow morning on the Takedown on SI. But it's the wrestling tab under sportsillustrated.com. So tomorrow morning, my first interview will drop. I got a couple more that are lined up. So just going to start churning out this content for SI, and you can get one-stop shop. You can follow all my stuff at Rick Ucchino on X, RICKUCCHINO.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, Rick, I know you got to get rolling. And of course, I'm sure, because we all have to watch this pay-per-view.
Yes.
Because we're only about 13 minutes away from the start, and we've got Saraya parading out to the ring. She's going to do something bad, I'm sure. So,
well, if she's on screen, I'm leaving. See ya. Bye. I got to go watch.
All right, Rick. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Mark Hoke Show. We really do appreciate it. Good to talk to you again, my friend.
Anytime. Take care.
You got it. All right, there you go, everybody. Rick Ucchino joining us on the Mark Hoke Show. And now it is your chance to be a big winner, just like Rick Ucchino. We're going to give away that family 4-pack or friend 4-pack or whatever you want to call it to the Wrestle Connect show. That's right. You meet Greg the Hammer Valentine, Ted DiBiase, and so many other great stars. Give us a call, 702-257-5396, 702-257-5396. Caller number 9 is going to win those tickets, 702-257-5396, 702-257-5396. Give us a call. Winner's going to Wrestle Connects. Good luck, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SERVE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text SERVE to 42424. That's SERVE to 42424.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Kick off fall with Labor Day deals happening now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate for your next paint project. Plus, don't miss out on select one-pint annuals. Get 5 for only $10. Shop these can't-miss deals today before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third party.
1015 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us as we get ready to wrap up this All-In Sunday. And want to congratulate Stephanie Jaquay, Las Vegas, as she is your winner. She's got 4 tickets to go see, or to go to Wrestle Connects on Saturday, September 14th. Excuse me. Yeah, Saturday, September 14th. It's 10 to 5 over at the Tuscany Suites and Casino. So she'll have a great time and look forward to seeing her and all her friends over there. Should be a terrific, terrific afternoon for everybody over there at Wrestle Connects. Now we're having some ladies action over there at AEW All In, and a lot of seat people in the stadium over there. 13 minutes away from the start of what should be an outstanding pay-per-view. So looking forward to it. And of course, like I said, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the show. I know you're probably, if you're listening, you're kind of listening to me and watching the show, and certainly do appreciate you taking the time to be with us. But man, what a week this is going to be if you're a pro wrestling fan. Man, oh dang, I love it. Oh, so amazing. So AEW All In today, Friday night TNA Emergence, Saturday morning WWE Bash in Berlin, and then Sunday is NXT No Mercy. Yikes. hold on to your hats, everybody. What a great time it is going to be. Oh man, I just cannot believe what a wild time we're gonna have here over the next 8 days. Of course, we're hearing some rumors about WWE can't make up their mind. Are they doing Rock Roman? Or are they doing Rock Cody for WrestleMania? They can't figure it out. I'm telling you, just go with Rock Roman. Just go with it. Just do it. You can save Rock and Cody, but you got to get the Rock Roman match. God forbid something happens to the Rock and you don't resolve this head of the table thing. You've got a better story there. Keep it there. Keep it there. And before we wrap up real quick, I know because we've just had so much happening on the show. And by the way, I want to thank Hammerstone and Rick Ucchino for joining us. But got to remind everybody real fast about Travel Shark. Hey, if you're planning on doing any traveling, whether it's here for WrestleMania or anything else, you got to check out the travelshark.com. They work with Priceline. You don't, when you go on those other websites and you see, oh, there's the mystery rate with a mystery hotel, you get the rates at travelshark.com. So go over there or go on our website or go to thetravelshark.com/Hoke Show, and you'll just sign up and you get the rates right away. So check it out, thetravelshark.com/Hoke Show. Oh my God. Just so much happening. It's been hard to keep track of everything and keep an eye on what's happening at All In too. But fortunately for me, I'm not going to have to do it for much longer because the show's over. But what a great time. And I want to thank, of course, once again, our guest Hammerstone for joining us. I want to wish him all the best of luck, whether you like him or hate him in terms of, what he's doing in the ring. He's a terrific guy, and everybody in Vegas loves the dude. And we can't wait to see what the future holds for him in TNA and beyond. And of course, Rick Ucchino, a good friend of ours, gets on with SI. I'm thrilled to see him doing his thing with Sports Illustrated on top of everything else he does in Cincinnati. He is one busy son of a gun. Guys, follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, the X, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. Subscribe. And if you take a look, we got a new contest up there. We're going to be giving away autographed photos. You just need to subscribe and then find the Power Play password. It's brought to you by Power Play Collectibles. The instructions are going to be up on the website. We'll have our first one up there this week. So we'll start pushing that on social media, but you got to subscribe on YouTube. Guys, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week on The Mark Hoke Show. Have a great day, Las Vegas.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show, and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.